Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Debate between Allama Hilli and the Chief Justice concerning the imamate. The subject of this debate was the imamate. The Allama put forward such cogent arguments to prove that Ali was the immediate successor of the Prophet, and so convincingly refuted the claims of the other side that all those present were completely satisfied with the reasoning of the Allama. Khawaja Nizamuddin acknowledged that the Allama's arguments could not be refuted, but he said that since he was following the path of his predecessors, it was not proper to leave it. He felt that it was important to maintain solidarity among the Muslims. Iranian king accepted Shia belief. The king listened to the arguments with keen interest, accepted the Shia position himself, and announced that the legitimacy of Shi'ism in Iran. He subsequently proclaimed to the governors of the regions that the weekly HOTBIRD sermons given in the mosques should proclaim Ali's right as the successor of the Prophet. He also ordered that the kalima be inscribed on the dinars, gold coins, in this way: La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Aliyun Aliyullah, meaning there is no God except Allah, Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah, and Ali is Allah's wali, meaning vicegerent or divinely appointed guardian of the people. In this way, the roots of Shi'ism were firmly established. 7 centuries later, when the Safavid kings came to power, the clouds of ignorance and fanaticism were further removed. Shi'ism flourished everywhere in Iran. Yes, there are Zoroastrians in Iran and those who exaggerate the position of Ali and consider him Allah, but they should not be associated with the common Iranian people who believe in Allah and the Prophet Muhammad as the last of the prophets. These follow Ali and his 11 descendants as commanded by the Prophet himself. Hafiz, it is strange that although you originally came from the Hijaz, Arabia, and have been living in Iran for a short time, still you support the Iranians and call them the followers of Ali, who was himself obedient to Allah, but Iranian Shias, to a man, regard Ali as Allah. Here are some couplets from the works of Iranian poets indicating this view, while Ali himself condemned such beliefs. The last of these couplets shows Ali saying, "Who helps at the time of difficulties? It is I. Who am Allah? It is I." A couplet of another poet says, "According to the belief of those who are intelligent and recognize Allah, Allah is Ali, and Ali is Allah." Sultan Wa'izin, I wonder why, without making inquiries, you should accuse all Iranians of regarding Ali as Allah. Your own ulama have made fanatical claims of this sort. They have said that the Shias are the worshippers of Ali, and such they are infidels. Therefore, murdering them is obligatory. As a result, Muslims of Uzbekistan and Turkestan have recklessly shed the blood of Iranian Muslims. The common people among the Sunnis are often misguided by some of your ulama, and your people consider the Iranians infidels. In the past, your people, the Turkomans, have attacked Iranian caravans near Khorasan, plundered and murdered the people, and said that whoever killed 7 Rafizis, namely Shias, would certainly go to paradise. You should bear in mind that the responsibility of such murders rests secretly on your leaders, who tell ignorant Sunnis that Shias worship Ali. Islam forbids boasting about ancestors. Referring to your first point that since I was originally connected with Arabia, Mecca and Medina, why should I support the Iranians? I tell you that I have no partisan spirit. Our Prophet said, "The Arabs should not boast that they are superior to non-Arabs, and vice versa, and the whites should not boast of their superiority to the blacks, and vice versa. Superiority lies only in knowledge and piety. In the Holy Quran, Allah says, O man, surely we have created you of a male and a female, and made you tribes and families, that you may know each other. Surely the most honorable of you with Allah is the one among you most careful of his duty. Quran chapter 49, verse 3. Also in the same chapter in the Quran, Allah says, the believers are brethren, therefore make peace between your brethren, and be careful of your duty to Allah, that mercy may be had on you. Chapter 49, verse 10. Accordingly, all Asians, Africans, Europeans, Americans of white, black, red, or yellow races who are Muslims are brothers, and no one can claim superiority to another. The greatest leader of Islam, the last of the prophets, acted on this principle. He showed his special affection for Salman Farsi of Iran, Suhaib of Asia Minor, and Bilal of Abyssinia. On the other hand, he rejected Abu Lahab, whose name means father of flame, his own uncle, who was condemned by a chapter of the Holy Quran, which said, perish the hands of the father of a flame, perish he. Chapter 111, verse 1. Islam forbids racism. The world has witnessed disturbances of the worst order in Western countries, which were the result of racial discrimination. In those countries, black people are not allowed in hotels, restaurants, churches, and other congregations meant for white people. Islam banned such cruel practices 1,300 years ago and proclaimed that all Muslims, regardless of race, color, or nationality, are brothers. So if the Arabs go astray, I will condemn them, and I will be the friend of the Iranian Shias. Second, you have associated Iranian extremists with the Shias, who are steadfast, monotheists, and follow Allah according to the commands of the Holy Prophet. We regard Ali as a pious servant of Allah and the divinely appointed successor of the Holy Prophet. Condemnation of the extremists. Moreover, we reject those whose beliefs are contrary to ours, like the Sabaiyya, the Kitabiyya, the Ghurabiyya, the Alawiyya, the Muhammasa, and the Bazayriyya, the Nasiriyya, who are scattered throughout Iran, Mosul, and Syria. We Shias are distinct from them and consider them infidels. In all the books written by Shia ulama and legal scholars, the Mughalis or extremists are included among the disbelievers, since their belief is against the tenets of Shia Islam. For instance, they argue that since the infusion of the soul into a material body is possible, as Gabriel could appear before the Holy Prophet in the form of Diya Qalbi, it was Allah's will that His holy self appear in human form in Ali's body. For this reason, they consider the position of Ali higher than that of the Holy Prophet. Such a faction emerged during Ali's own time. Some people of India and the Sudan came to him and professed that he was Allah. Ali repeatedly forbade them to hold this view, but to no effect. Finally, as is recorded in many histories, Ali ordered them to be killed in wells of smoke. The details of this case have been given in Biharul Anwar volume 7 by the great Alim Agha Muhammad Baqir al-Majlisi. The commander of the faithful and other imams bitterly condemned such people. Ali said, "O Allah, I scorn the group of Mughalin extremists, just as Jesus scorned the Christians. May you forsake them forever." On another occasion he said, There are two groups who will suffer humiliating death, and I am not responsible for them, since I disdain their deeds. Those who exceed the lawful limits of love for me and are mughalin or extremists, and those who, for no reason whatsoever, are hostile to me. I hate those who extol my position beyond its proper limit, just as Christ hated the Christians. He also said, there are two groups associated with me who will suffer ignoble death. One is composed of those people who say they are friends and praise me beyond lawful limit. The other is composed of the enemies who degrade my rank. The Shi'as condemn those who praised Ali and his Ahlul Bayt beyond the limit ordained by Allah and the Prophet himself. Our ulama have unanimously held that they are all disbelievers. It is not permitted to attend their funerals or to marry them. They are also deprived of inheriting Muslim property, charity, and religious taxes may not be given to them. The Holy Quran condemns them in these words. Say, O followers of the book, be not immoderate in your religion, and do not follow the law desires of people who went astray before and led many astray and went astray from the right path. Holy Quran, chapter 5, verse 80. Allama Majlisi in his Biharul Anwar, volume 3, which is the encyclopedia of Shia faith, has recorded many hadiths condemning the mughalin extremists. Imam Ja'far bin Muhammad al-Sadiq is quoted as saying, we are servants of Allah, who created us and made us superior to the others of His creation. Certainly, we shall die and shall stand before Allah for reckoning. He who is a friend of the galleys is our enemy, and he who is their enemy is our friend. The galleys or mughalins are infidels and polytheists. Curse be upon them. A great religious head of the Shias has also quoted the same Imam as saying, Allah's curse be upon those who claim divinity and godhood for Ali. By Allah, Ali was an obedient servant of Allah. Curse be upon those who have slandered us. Some people say things about us that we do not say ourselves. We declare that we have no connection with them. Sheikh al-Saduq Abu Ja'far Muhammad bin Ali, a highly respected faqih, legal scholar of the Shias, quotes Zurara bin Ayan, a reliable Shia writer who was a hafiz and companion of Imam Muhammad Baqir and Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, peace be upon them, as saying, I told Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq that one of the persons known to be believers in Tahfiz's delegation of divine authority, the Imam said, I told Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq that one of the persons known to him believes in Tawfiz or delegation of divine authority. The Imam said, what is meant by Tawfiz? I replied, the man says that Allah created Muhammad and Ali and then delegated to them his authority over the affairs of the people. So they are the creators, the givers of food, they are the animators, and they are the killers. The Holy Imam said, the enemy of Allah lies. When you go back to him, read him this verse from the Holy Quran. Or have they set up with Allah associates who have created creation like his, so that what is created became confused to them? Say, Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the one, the Supreme. Holy Quran, chapter 13, verse 16.